Earth 20329 from the Marvel Multiverse is, at first glance, a pre-industrial Bronze Age world ruled by virtually indestructible immortal mutant gods dressed in Greco-Roman style. Storm, Skybreaker, and All-Mother, Waran, the Herald, Sawtooth, Lord of the Wild, Draka, King of Ice, Namor, God of the Sea, and Thor, God of Thunder. Somehow, these gods were taken under the mental control of an evil Charles Xavier of their world. Xavier turned the gods into heartless and arrogant deities who brought desolation and starvation to the mortals and turned them into slaves. They fashioned themselves into elemental gods to subjugate the mortals, and when they are mad, they will burn everything for miles around. It was later revealed that this Earth is a modern world, destroyed by the gods, which made it look like the Bronze Age again. Welcome to Vita Comics, and without further ado, let's meet the gods of Earth 20329. Let's start with Storm, aka the Almighty Storm, Skybreaker, and All-Mother. This All-Mother is the chief among the gods and wife to Thor. Like most versions of Storm, she has weather manipulation powers here, but quite stronger as she can grow vegetations almost instantly. And she is an immortal here. Generally benevolent, Storm was made capricious and cruel after falling under the mental control of their Charles Xavier. She created drought on this earth with the intention of inflicting pain and suffering to mortals. After being freed by the interdimensional X-treme X-men, she offered them all the gift of immortality and great power. Only Emmeline Frost Summers accepted and was made an immortal god with a diamond body. She also brought back the plants and health of the world. Waran is the winged herald of the gods. When the X-treme X-men arrived in the gods' temple of Earth 20329, Waran introduced the gods and he took a liking to Dazzler. Sawtooth was the god of the wild and ruler of the earth together with his fellow gods. He was the most aggressive and savage of the gods. He has the similar capabilities of the usual Sabretooth, one of the arch-enemies of Wolverine, but looks more intimidating as he is the biggest among the gods. He can easily swing the interdimensional Wolverine around. Sawtooth described eating a female Howlet before who kept regenerating. This could have been a female version of Wolverine, X-23, or a yet unknown Howlet relative. Despite his ferocious personality, he is faithful to the All-Mother. Draka, the King of Ice, seems to wear his permanent ice form and is portrayed as the least aggressive of the entire pantheon of the All-Mother. Nevertheless, he is portrayed to be way bigger and more powerful than Iceman. Next, we have Namor, the god of the sea. Like the usual Namor, he has superhuman strength and durability, but is another pacifist in the group of the gods. After the war with the evil Xavier, Namor and Draka help the weak soldiers rebuild their lives. Then there's Thor, god of thunder and consort to Storm, the All-Mother. This Thor has the usual Asgardian physiology and wields the mighty Mjolnir. He was made into a more vindictive and merciless god of Xavier. He is always ready to attack and kill the X-treme X-men and the army of Xavier and Magnus. However, somehow the interdimensional Dazzler of X-treme X-men was able to disarm him. He is also very loyal to Storm. Now, let's talk about the non-gods of Earth 20329. Unsatisfied and jealous of the benevolent gods and what he believed was untapped potential in humanity, Xavier began mentally manipulating Storm and the other gods, making them impulsive and spiteful. Under Xavier's influence, the gods caused a drought and slaughtered millions of innocents, bringing back the world into the Bronze Age. Due to the gods' cruelness, the mortals hated and feared them. With that, some mortals rose to greatness, like Xavier's closest confidant, Magnus. Together, Magnus and Xavier created a secret haven of science and technology for free mortals on the island of Utopia. In Utopia, we can find the Utopia Amplification Room, this Earth's version of Cerebro, where they plan their attack of the God's Fortress. They later created a whole army of mortals to fight the gods. Xavier and Magnus rides a huge drone to escape the gods. Xavier and Magnus worked together for years until the arrival of the X-treme X-men, who revealed Xavier's secret and freed the gods from his control. Xavier was then killed by Magnus. Hercules Panhellenios is a demigod and protector of the mortals in Utopia. Despite being part god, Hercules sided with Magnus and Xavier in the human rebellion. Like any version of Hercules in everything, he has super strength. He can fight Thor in a hand-to-hand battle. However, he is kind and loyal to the mortals. He has shown empathy towards them in many occasions. Magnus, aka Magneto, is still the master of magnetism in this earth. After his parents and sister were slaughtered by the gods, Magnus sought out Xavier and co-founded the rebellion. Together, Magnus and Xavier created a secret haven of science and technology for free mortals on the island of Utopia that housed 5,000 brilliant refugees, where Xavier rebuilds the psychic shielding of Utopia every day to hide the people. Magnus and Xavier have protected the mortals for many years inside Utopia. Magnus led the rebellion against the gods. However, the arrival of the X-Men, who revealed that Xavier was secretly controlling Storm and the gods. After the gods were freed from Xavier's control, Magnus realized that Xavier was mind-controlling the god who killed his family, so Magnus killed Xavier. Other residents in Earth 20329 are Reed, a great mortal thinker and citizen of Utopia, and Johnny Ito, a slave and musician to the mutant gods. When the X-treme X-men arrived, he and Emmeline Frost Summers began a relationship. So what do you think of the All-Mother here in Earth 20329? Do you wish to get more content about Storm becoming the All-Mother or Storm obtaining Asgardian powers? How about the evil Charles Xavier? He does look like Lex Luthor of DC Comics. Let us know what you think and hit subscribe.